Feeling the coolness of nature, we wade in the waters of Goi as our conversation takes us far into the distance of the polluted but retreating saline river.
2004 crude oil pollution from Bomu Manifold.
Eric Bariza Tetedo is one of the 4 farmers who in 2021 won a landmark case against the Royal Dutch Shell in The Hague after a 17-year legal battle.
I come in? Yeah, welcome. Okay.
For the Ogoni chief, it's a long walk to justice.
My father started this struggle in Gui in 1997. He became sick. I have to take over the matter. And at the end of the day, he died before a judgment was given on the 21st of January 2021. From 2004 to 21st January 2021, you see the amount of years that the matter went on. But I'm the only survivor of the whole matter. All my co-plaintiffs have died.
Like Goi and Bodo in Gokana local government area of Rivers State, Oruma in Ogbea Council area of Bayelsa State, other spill-impacted communities in states of the Niger Delta have suffered from oil pollution, leading to litigations successfully won outside the shores of Nigeria.
Communities have found that suing them in their home countries give more results. Number one, because the oil companies care about what their shareholders say, and most of their shareholders are in their home countries. They care about the image they have at home, and so they respond. And most of the cases, whenever they found that they were going to be declared guilty by the court, they decided to settle out of court. And sometimes they even say they're doing that for humanitarian purposes. So the corporations don't really respect our people. They don't care about our people. They only care about their profit.
It is practically impossible to get the type of justice that other people take for granted outside of Nigeria, which is really a shame. It just means that our judiciary system has failed in so many ways, but particularly in the area of getting justice for people who have been devastated environmentally.
After they adopt the divide and rule, they look for vocal voices and put on their side. When they finish with that, the next item on the agenda is to buy the court officials to be on their side. So they keep adjourning the cases until the litigant will die. Then that will be the end of the case.
Pipeline vandalism and oil theft are manifestations of a breach in the security architecture, but that's just a few of the reasons adduced by the international oil companies for divestment offshore or out of Nigeria altogether. But rights activist Ken Henshaw completely disagrees.
It is at this time when people have started taking cases to international courts, actually getting justice, that these oil companies are all divesting. So you have Shell divesting, you have ExxonMobil divesting, you've got Total Energies divesting, you've got Chevron divesting, all of them all divesting. Barely weeks after a court ruling that found Shell liable for environmental atrocities committed in Niger Delta region. So there were 2 landmark cases that Shell lost on ecological justice. And it was that awakening, that call, that got them frantically running to leave the Niger Delta. So in a space of 2 years over here, or 3 years, we have seen 4, 5 different multinational oil companies abandoning their assets and leaving. They call it divestment over here, but I call it criminal flight. What's happening is that they are responding to the tide of justice.
I meet senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, in his chambers in Lagos. He played a key role in the victory of 13,000 Nigerian farmers over Shell in a global claim dispute in the United Kingdom. The human rights lawyer is aware of the lengthy duration of cases in his home country.
You have a case of pollution. If you rely fully on the Nigerian legal system, you may be in court for about 30 or 40 years. Because the oil companies have the money to engage lawyers, to engage in dilatory tactics to frustrate the poor and abandon the cause of justice. So, over the years, we have also learned to contact some of our friends abroad to institute claims against the oil companies, particularly in countries where they cannot manipulate the legal system. And in a number of cases, we have got justice for the people in the Niger Delta.
Is this not an indictment in the judiciary which you belong in?
And that's the point I'm making. It is very sad. It's a challenge to our cause. And we do hope our cause will take cognizance of this development and ensure that our people get justice locally.
The wind of change is blowing in Nigeria's oil-rich region, that is, the Niger Delta, as individuals and communities are beginning to look beyond fatherland in the quest for environmental justice. It is an expensive venture, no doubt about that, but with international collaboration, many are willing to go the distance to get adequate compensation for damage to the environment and also to flora and fauna. From Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, Ofieteme George, Arise News.